Oi, bukan deh. Ah,
Berkatakan ni kayaknya. Berkatakan ni kayaknya. Dengan
nah, sekarang itu.
tidak ikut.
Mengatakan dengan mana? Mengatakan dengan mana?
Kenapa? Ini kayaknya budak kayaknya. Tapi kata
Ini api katakan dengan ini dari dain banget. Ada. Ya, lah.
ini
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We warmly welcome you all to the Vice Chancellor's Awards and the Academic Sessions 2026 of the University of Ruhuna. The Vice Chancellor's Awards are presented annually to honor the outstanding achievements in research, innovation, and academic excellence.
This prestigious annual event brings together the entire community of University of Ruhuna, uniting academic staff, academic support staff, administrative and non-academic personnel, and postgraduate students to share new ideas, showcase research achievements, and celebrate academic excellence across all disciplines.
This year, the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026 is proudly hosted by the Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuna under the theme Knowledge, Innovation and Resilience towards Sustainable Futures through Technology.
We will now inaugurate this auspicious occasion with the lighting of traditional oil lamp. This sacred ritual symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the illumination of knowledge, wisdom, and prosperity. It signifies the beginning of our proceedings with hope, unity, and positive aspirations. We are honored to invite our distinguished dignitaries to graciously come forward and light the ceremonial oil lamp. Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor, University of Ruhuna.
Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the Hosting Faculty.
Engineer Ananda Amarasinghe, representing Council Members of University of Ruhuna.
Mrs. Chandrika Senaviratna, Acting Registrar, University of Ruhuna.
Mr. Lasit D. Soisa, Bursa, University of Ruhuna.
Mr. Nimal Hettiarachchi, Librarian, University of Ruhuna.
Senior Professor T.P. Veeraratna, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, representing the Deans of all the faculties.
Professor Sudhira De Silva, Chairman, Academic Sessions Organizing Committee.
Dr. Kumudu Senaviratna, Secretary, Academic Sessions 2026 Organizing Committee.
Senior Professor Ruan Gopura, Keynote Speaker.
Professor J.J. Tushara Chaminda, the Orator for the year 2026.
Professor Vasala Bandhava, the Treasurer.
Dr. Terence M. Rengarasa, Editor-in-Chief.
Dr. Tilina Veerasinghe, the Web Editor.
And Dr. Chandana Perera, representing the authors.
we extend our sincere thanks to all the dignitaries who participated in the lighting of the traditional oil lamp.
Every university carries a unique identity, heritage, and pride that unites its community. So, this spirit is beautifully expressed through its anthem, a song that reflects our values, aspirations, and collective journey.
May I kindly request everyone to rise and join together in honoring the university anthem of our beloved University of Ruhuna with pride and respect.
බබලන සිරිලක දකුණේ නිරුවන් පිරිකල තෙරණේ පනුවන් ඔරැඳුණු පොරණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ විද්‍යා ශිල්ප කලා දැන හරවත් ලබමින් ධනමන කරමින් පැනවත් දෙස බස රැස සුරකින හොද තෙදවත් මිනිසුන් වෙමුලෝ පසසන ගුණවත් බබලන සිරිලක දකුණේ නිරුවන් පිරිකල තෙරණේ පනුවන් ඔරැඳුණු පොරණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ යුක්තිය ශක්තිය බව නෙති සිහිකර දෑගොත් කුලමල පටුමත පිඳ හැර නමරැක පරසිදු රෝහණ පුරවර හිරු සඳු වෙමුලක් සරසවි නිලඹර බබලන සිරිලක දකුණේ නිරුවන් පිරිකල තෙරණේ පනුවන් ඔරැඳුණු පොරණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ සරසවියයි මේරුණේ
Thank you. The students of our faculty are ready to remind you that being an engineer does not mean setting aside creativity, but also means finding new ways to express it.
We now invite the dancing troupe of the Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuna, to demonstrate the perfect balance of technical discipline and artistic soul by welcoming you for today's ceremony.
Thank you for giving a brilliant welcome with that magnificent performance. Through the graceful integration of our traditional dance form, you have beautifully showcased the richness of our cultural heritage.
Serving as the chairperson of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and academic sessions is no ordinary responsibility. It requires vision, dedication, and a strong commitment to academic excellence. Guiding an event of this importance demands careful leadership to ensure that it truly reflects the highest standards of integrity and achievement. It is now our great pleasure to invite the chairperson of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026, Professor Sudhira De Silva, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Chamodi. Very good morning to everyone. Senior Professor P.A. Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, University of Ruhuna, Professor Chaminda Karunasena, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Deans from the other faculties, Senior Professor Ruan Gopura, Keynote Speaker, members of the Council, Acting Registrar, Acting Bursar, Directors of Centers and Units, Heads of the Departments, Academic Staff, Administrative Staff, Non-Academic Staff, Extreme Award recipients, invited guests, and students. It is with great honor and immense pleasure that I warmly welcome you all to the Vice Chancellor Awards and Academic Session 2026 held at the Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuna, Hapugala, God. On behalf of the Faculty of Engineering and the organizing committee, I extend my sincere greetings to every one of you. Your presence today adds a dignity and the significance to this important academic occasion. We are particularly honored by the presence of our Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor P.A. Chancellor, whose leadership continues to guide the University of Ruhuna towards the academic distinction and institutional excellence. We are also privileged to have with us Senior Professor Ruan Gopura as the keynote speaker for this year's sessions. I warmly welcome you and thank you for accepting our invitation. It is especially meaningful for the Faculty of Engineering to host this distinguished event once again after nearly a decade, having the last taken on this responsibility in 2017. As the stewardship of this annual academic gathering rotates among the 10 faculties, it's both privilege and profound honor for us to serve as the host faculty in 2026. This year's theme, Knowledge, Innovations, Resilience towards Sustainable Futures through the Technology, captures the essence of our collective academic responsibility. It reminds us that knowledge must improve innovation. Innovation must strengthen resilience, and together they must lead us towards the sustainable futures. As a university community, we remain committed to advance research and technology progress that meaningfully contribute to the society. I am delighted to note that enthusiastic participation of this year's academic session with 120 abstract submissions received from across all the faculties. This strong engagement reflects the vibrant research culture of our university and the dedication of our academic community. We are also grateful to our sponsors and the partners whose generous support has made it possible to organize this event as highest standard. Your contributions are deeply appreciated and vital in helping us celebrate academic excellence in such a professional and memorable manner. Today, we also recognize and honor excellence through the Vice Chancellor's Awards. These awards celebrate outstanding achievement, commitment, and service to the university. To all recipients and presenters, I extend my warm congratulations and heartfelt appreciation. Your accomplishment being pride to your respective faculties and distinctions to the University of Ruhuna. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the deans, academic staff, evaluation panel, session chairs, reviewers, administrative and non-academic staff, and students who collectively effort has made this event possible. Organizing this kind of occasion requires commitment, coordination, and teamwork, and your contributions are deeply appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, as we formally commence the Vice Chancellor Awards and Academic Session 2026, I warmly welcome you once again and thank you for being part of this significant celebration of academic excellence. I wish you all a productive, inspiring, and memorable ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to one of the most anticipated highlights of this morning. The Best Presenter Awards of the Vice Chancellor Awards and Academic Sessions 2025.
These awards recognize exceptional research presentations that embody clarity, innovation, and academic rigor.
We are honored to invite Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor of University of Ruhuna, to deliver the Best Presenter Awards at the Academic Sessions 2025, hosted by the Faculty of Agriculture. We would also like to invite Senior Professor Guttiva Jayasinghe, the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna, to assist him.
The recipients of the Best Presenter Awards oral presentations: Technical Session, Agriculture, Environment, and Biological Sciences. In absentia, Mr. H. K. M. S. Kumarasinghe from the Department of Crop Science, Faculty of Agriculture.
Technical Sessions, Engineering, Technology and Applied Sciences. Mr. R. Sahid Ahmed from Department of Electrical and Information Engineering, Faculty of Engineering.
Technical Session, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. Vijay Ratna Bohingamur from the Department of History and Archaeology, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Technical sessions, human health, pharmaceuticals and medicine. In absentia, Dr. H.W.A.S. Subasingha, Departments of Pharmacy, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences.
Technical session, economics, finance and management. In absentia, Mrs. D.M.R. Deepika from the Department of Management and Entrepreneurship, Faculty of Management and Finance.
Recipients of the Best Presenter Awards poster presentations. Technical sessions, agriculture, environment and biological sciences. In absentia, Ms. M.D.H. Lakmali from Department of Biosystems Technology, Faculty of Technology.
Technical session, agriculture, environment and biological sciences, session 2. Mr. A.M.K.C.J. Costa from the Department of Limnology and Water Technology, Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Sciences and Technology.
Technical sessions, engineering, technology and applied sciences. Session 3. Dr. H.G.S. Mayuranga from Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Faculty of Engineering.
Technical session, education, humanities and social sciences. Mr. S.M.A.P. Ratnasiri from the Department of History and Archaeology, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Technical sessions, human health, pharmaceuticals and medicine. Mr. M.A.T. Hasankar from Department of Pharmacy, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences.
Technical session, human health, pharmaceuticals and medicine. Miss T.P.G.A. Uddeshika from the Department of Pharmacy, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the recipients for their outstanding contributions to advancement of knowledge. Thank you, Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor, and the Senior Professor Guttila Jayasinghe for distributing the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, a keynote speech is the heart of any significant event. It sets the tone and inspires the direction of the gathering. More than just a speech, it is a message that connects a theme with vision, experience, and insights.
At this moment, we prepare to hear from a distinguished speaker who will share his perspectives that challenge us to think deeper, aim higher, and move forward with clarity and purpose.
We are now privileged to welcome our keynote speaker, Senior Professor Ruwan Gopura from the Faculty of Engineering, University of Moratuwa. To introduce our keynote speaker today, I would like to invite Professor Sudhira De Silva, the Chairperson of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026 on the stage.
Senior Professor Ruwan Gopura earned his BSc Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering in 2004 and Master of Engineering in Manufacturing System Engineering from the University of Moratuwa. He subsequently completed his PhD in Robotics and Intelligence Systems at Saga University, Japan in 2009 and followed by postdoctoral research in biorobotics at the same institution. He currently serves as a senior professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Moratuwa and holds the position of Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies. Over the course of his academic career, Professor Gopura has provided distinguished leadership to the university in several capacities. He was the founding head of the department, Medical Technology in the Faculty of Medicine, University of Moratuwa, and previously served as a Director of Research from February 2021 to January 2024. He has also held the position of Head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering at University of Moratuwa. Professor Gopura has played an active leadership role in professional bodies. He serves as a chairperson of IEEE Sri Lanka section in 2020 and as a chair of the IEEE Robotic and Automation Survey in Sri Lanka section from 2017 to 2020. He previously served as Secretary of the IEEE Sri Lankan section in 2015 and the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society of Sri Lanka section from 2012 to 2017. He is an IEEE Engineering in Medicine and Biology Society Distinguished Lecturer from 2025 to 2026. Professor Gopura, internationally recognized for his contribution to bionic and rehabilitation robotics, particularly in the development of robotic prosthesis, orthosis, and exoskeleton systems to enhance the quality of life of individuals with physical impairments. He has authored more than 180 research publications in peer-reviewed journals and international conference, holds the multiple patents arising from his research and innovation activities. His research excellence has been recognized through the numerous national and international awards and competitive research grants. I cordially invite Senior Professor Rowan Gopura to deliver his keynote speech. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning, everyone. So this is actually my first time at the University of Ruhuna. So thank you very much for inviting me for this keynote speech. And I'm happy to see that you are following the time, and now it's almost 9:40. It's very good to see that academics work on time. Right, thank you very much. Very sorry for the technical issue. So today my speech is related to AI. So I'm not an AI expert, but I'm using AI for my research. So that's why I wanted to take this topic. Actually, my pet area is biorobotics. So we are working in robotic prosthetic and orthotic devices, which is kind of a interdisciplinary research area. We integrate engineering, biology, as well as medicine, and also sometimes humanities and related areas. So topic is exactly research in the era of AI and advanced technologies. Of course, you know that now there is a hype in AI. From 2021, after the COVID, there is a hype in the AI. So with AI, so there are different changes in research landscape. So we can see now different fields are integrating together. People are working collaboratively, as well as a lot of development related to AI. But still, the human is the top, right? I'm telling that we need to put the human in the center. So in this, even in your research, we are not giving AI is just a tool. We are not giving the priority to the AI. Human is the superior person than the AI, even though we could see a lot of development is in this area. So right. I'll go from an example how AI changes the world. I think here we have different areas like medical professionals and people, staff members in the biology related areas. Now, if you know the AlphaFold, so Google DeepMind, so they carried out research to find the structure of the protein. So over the 50 years of time from traditional research, so they try to find the 3D structures of the protein, right? But even to find a structure of one protein, so they had to spend a lot of money, time, and they had to do a lot of experiment from X-ray based experiment. But from 2020, Google started a research project. So they wanted to find the structure. So what they did was they used AI, and then they developed a model for the finding this protein structures. From that, using that model, so they can find the structure of many, even many proteins. From 50-year research use of AI, within few months, so they try to develop that, and they succeed, and now it's open source. They can use that model to develop the structures of protein. So that is the power of AI. So with that, so I will start my keynote speech. So today, so I'll mainly focus on few points. So we will discuss about the intelligence, and then what is natural intelligence and artificial intelligence, what is the difference, and then how research landscape evolved with the development of AI. And then with the development, so we could see that there are different fields integrating each other, and we could see multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary researchers. So how these different fields, different areas, gap can be filled using AI, and then some of the application of AI and AI tools, and how we can put the human in the loop, as well as how we can put the human in the center of the research I will be discussing. So at the same time, I will discuss few of our research that we have carried out. Those are the cross-disciplinary research, and then how we use the AI while keeping the human at the center of the research. Of course, you might know what is intelligence. So if I ask this question from different fields, from engineering, medicine, even in social science and humanity related areas, they will have their own definitions. But if you take intelligence, so we can define many ways. Why I wanted to define intelligence? Because we have natural intelligence that human and other creatures have the natural intelligence. By using the natural intelligence, we usually develop the artificial intelligence. So in an intelligence system, if you consider the human as also intelligent systems, we have different features. We can reason out. We can find the reasons. We have the language skills, language intelligence, linguistic intelligence. We can communicate each other. We can understand, and we can process the natural languages. So those features should be there in an intelligent system. So the intelligent system, people, and the other artificially created systems should have the ability to learning as well. And they can perceive the environment, and based on that, so they can take decisions. And they can solve the problems. Earlier, it can learn, reason out, and make decisions based on the input, analyze, and reach to decision based on the available data. So in order to do that, intelligent system, including human, should have some special characteristics, some special subsystems. Knowledge representation, how we can represent the knowledge, how people can represent the knowledge, and that is human, how we human represent knowledge. Same way we can artificially create a system that represent a knowledge. So then those systems we call knowledge-based systems in AI. And also, in order to carry out reasonings, there should be a mechanism. And in order to carry out the learning, there should be a mechanism in natural systems. So people or the human, we have that. If you want to develop AI-based systems, those systems also should include these kind of sub-components. Let's look at what is AI. So AI is developed more than 75 years ago. The first experiment that we know is Turing test, Alan Turing's. What he does was, he did a test. How did he did the test? People and machines, we give some kind of the text-based questions, right? And then, so there is an evaluator. So evaluator cannot see, say inside the room the people and the machine is there. So evaluator cannot see the people or the machine, but he can see the output. And then we give the machine and the human some questions, and then the evaluator can see the output. So if the evaluator cannot identify from the output, this is from the human or the machines, so then the machine is success, right? So that is the first experiment that developed 1950s related to AI. So that point we consider as the main development in AI. So as discussed, we have the natural intelligence, human as well as other creatures. We consider human as the topmost intelligent creature, but we have to rethink again whether we are the topmost. And then using the features of natural systems, humans, intelligence, we can develop a system which can mimic the human intelligence. So that we call the AI. So there we use different type of techniques to represent human intelligence. So there are different AI techniques now developed and available. We call the machine learning methods and deep learning, and there are other techniques like which uses the neural network. So in our research we use neural network, fuzzy logics, and generic algorithm. Those are very old kind of AI techniques. So artificial intelligence, which simulate or the mimic the natural intelligence. So if you can develop a system which can mimic the natural intelligence, so that is a system which uses the artificial intelligence. So as we discuss, so natural intelligence people or the system has these kind of features. They can reason out, learn, perception, language or linguistic intelligence, as well as they can solve the problems. So similarly, if we develop a system or machine so that can do the same thing, which is intelligent system based on AI. So you can see our brain, we have neural systems. Those are connected to each other. From those connections, we can solve the problems. At the same time, if we have artificial neural networks, in our brain we have different neurons, those are connected to each other. If we can develop artificial neural network which are connected to each other, which has the features like the natural intelligence systems, this is AI based systems. So nowadays AI is used in different fields. Applications are there in almost all the fields with the development of generative AI, so text based or image based or the video. So we have a lot of applications in the AI. So you can see some of the applications: healthcare, finance, transportation, manufacturing, which are related to engineering, as well as education and cybersecurity. Lot of application. I could see in the abstract book as well. We could find directly from the topic. I could identify more than 30 topics are related to AI. So those fields are especially, I checked the book, engineering and education, but so AI has not penetrated into other field if you consider this community. So it's better if you can use this for your research as well. So as mentioned, these are some of the techniques. So I am not going to go into the detail of the different techniques. Some of the techniques we are using. So AI, we have two sides of research. We can do development of AI based theories and application of AI. So what we do is application of AI, not the development of theories. These are some of the techniques: machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing, expert system, genetic algorithm, and fuzzy logic. We are using genetic algorithm, fuzzy logic, as well as some of the basics of machine learning neural networks. So now we know the AI and what are the applications and how we can use AI in our research as well. Now with the development of AI and other advanced technologies which are related to signal processing and data analytics, we could see that there is a change in the research landscape. There is a quick or sudden change. So why we had this shift? So we could see now data-driven research and accelerated discovery. As mentioned earlier in the first example, so we could see accelerated discovery. So protein, in order to find the structure of the protein, it could take 50 years for one protein. But now there are models which can predict or which can identify different structures within few months. So likewise, data-driven research and accelerated research discovery we could find in the modern era. And also we could see convergence of the disciplines. Different disciplines converge into integrated into multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary, and interdisciplinary research. Of course, multidisciplinary, we know multidisciplinary research initiated more than few years back, but now it's coming to the interdisciplinary and it's going to the transdisciplinary level as well. So convergence of disciplines, now we can see there's a change in landscape of the research. And also rise of digital and computational research in infrastructures. We could see that we have high performance computing, and we can use cloud-based research environment, and we can handle now with the AI large scale data set as well. And also if you want to do a practical experiments, now we have not actual experiment setup, we can have digital twins. So we create a twin of the same experiment setup inside the system. So from the use of digital twins also we can carry out now experiment, and which will give added advantage if you do not have the extra setup. So then if someone has developed a digital twin, you can use that for your research. So there are other changes in research landscape as well. So democratization of tools. So we have now open source tool. If you take AI, so a lot of tools are available. Now of course you know that we have ChatGPT, which is the common one, and also Microsoft, they have Copilot and Claude, and as well as Google Gemini. And if you want to create a presentation, you can Notebook LM. So even in this presentation, I use several AI techniques. In order to generate illustrations, I use Microsoft Copilot, and in order to generate some slides, I use Notebook LM, and in order to generate again some images, I use Gemini. But I usually not use ChatGPT. Right. So there are different changes in the change in the research landscape. So we have free tools, and also one of the important thing is now, even though the research landscape is changing, parallel to that, now emphasis on ethics has also increased. So likewise, now research landscape has changed a lot. If you summarize that, we can see now hypothesis-driven research now gone to the data-driven, and slow cycles, like in the previous example, now goes to the accelerated cycles, especially if you do the experiments. And for the physical labs, we have now physical plus digital or digital twin based laboratories. And individual research we can rarely find, but still some places we collaborate together and carry out research. At the same time, not only persons but fields are also integrating. We have discipline based research previously, now it's moved into the different combination or cross disciplinary research. So even in, I think in this illustration I developed using Microsoft Copilot. So then we will we could see now there is a change in silo based discipline research, and now we move to the cross disciplinary research. And I'm sure you know what is cross disciplinary, or we have multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary. So discipline based research convergence to one kind of a common area. So multidisciplinary is the older one. So I can take one good example. So actually this example I got from one of my former PhD students, right? So that is analogy of fruit basket, fruit salad, and fruit juice. So this is if you take multidisciplinary research, it's one basket, different fruits are there, right? So we can find the boundaries. Multiple disciplines are there, work independently, parallel, but we can find the boundaries. Ultimately, they carry out their research. At the end, research are combined. So that's we call multidisciplinary, parallel work. And interdisciplinary, so I categorize our research as interdisciplinary, where there are cross relations. Previously, multidisciplinary, so different area they carried out research, at the end they combine together. But here there are different cross links. So like in fruit salad, so they are combined together, and works are intersecting, discipline interact, and methods also integrate, collaboration is there. So like this example, right? If you want to find the urban pollution study based on the interdisciplinary research, say in order to get the combined pollution data and health data, previously in multidisciplinary they work, environment scientists work separately, and then data scientists work separately. Now they are working together, right? Likewise, people work together, still the community involvement is not there. So cross links are high. But if you take the other example, which is related to transdisciplinary research, ultimately you cannot find this as a different fruit, right? So previously we could find, we had apple and banana likewise, and also even fruit salad also we can identify this is a piece of banana, but here so you cannot identify. So this is the analogy for the transdisciplinary research. So fields are crossing each other, so we cannot find which field it is. So there is a synthesis, and so they act together. So if you take the same example, urban air pollution strategy, so in order to do different activities, now all are working together. All are working together. So this way, now with the development of AI, so the research landscape now move towards interdisciplinary as well as transdisciplinary. So we could illustrate this different disciplinary based multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary research in this way. So they multidisciplinary separately work together, ultimately combine to develop the final output. Interdisciplinary, there are changes, intersections. You can see if you know the set. So there are in the sets. So there are cross links. The intersections are there, right? And then transdisciplinary, it's as a whole, one holistic boundaries, cross boundaries. And then you can see society is also involved. Society is also involved. So if you take different cross-disciplinary research, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary, integration level from multidisciplinary to transdisciplinary increasing. And then collaboration style, so you can see parallel work in multidisciplinary, and interdisciplinary, it's integrated academic work, and transdisciplinary integrated plus we integrate the society as well as end user. And you can see the key features as well. Now if you take current research landscape, how much of this research put into the multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary, rough percentage, we can see that multidisciplinary is the highest still, and interdisciplinary is high and rising, and transdisciplinary is still low but emerging. So this way we can see even with the introduction of the AI, still in our research we have high research in the multidisciplinary area. So then we discuss about different type of research. So then why we bridge these disciplines? What are the purpose? Why we need to bridge the disciplines? Now we know the global challenges, some of the challenges given in sustainable development goals, how to solve these challenges. So those challenges now getting complex. Increasing complexity of global challenges, we need to integrate and we need to bridge the discipline gap. We need to bridge the discipline gap. And also technologies convergence. We can find different new fields as well. So when we do our undergraduate, we could hardly find the area called biorobotics or biomedical engineering. Now we can see different fields are also integrating. With that, technology is also integrating and converge. So in this research dynamics, so we need to bridge the discipline. And we also see that almost all the time now funding agencies ask about whether you use multidisciplinary or the cross-disciplinary research, as well as they focus on what is the societal impact of research as well. So you can see now there are changes, and then for that we need to bridge the discipline gap. And also we could see now different systems are integrating each other. The complex systems need holistic modeling as well. So therefore, in order to bridge this discipline gap, we can use AI as well. So AI can support to integrate these different fields. How they can support? They can integrate different data. So in the different fields, they have data. So the AI can disparate the data across various fields, and then they can support the communication between different fields, as well as they can find the pattern, so identify hidden correlations and trends across different disciplines. By doing that, AI can support the bridging discipline gaps. So then we will briefly go to, this is not that much kind of, these are common things, but I will briefly go to in the research workflow, what are the AI techniques that, and what are the activities that we can use using the AI tools. So you can see, starting from literature review and hypothesis generation, and to even peer review support, which I am not encouraging, we can use the AI. So different activities we can use. The literature review, of course, some of you might use different tools. The automated search and summarization of the literature, and the AI-driven insights can be taken for the hypothesis development. Likewise, in data analysis and data visualizing, we can use different AI techniques. So this slide, actually, I gave the prompt different literature review, different research flow steps, and then I use the special features that we can get from the AI, and then I asked Microsoft Copilot to develop the illustration. So then, he has developed this one, and then I can refine, and I have taken this one. But giving the prompt and different research steps, what are the activity carrying out, is given by me, the human, not the AI. AI just help to develop this illustration. So these are some of the tools. I think even the senior staff, as well as, of course, we know that the research students use these different techniques as they know better than us. So these are some of the techniques that we can use. Some of the techniques I have already used, Litmaps, and then Research Pal, and Zotero, of course, you know that Zotero. So these are some of the techniques that we can use in the research workflow. So then we know now research landscape has changed and AI is applied, so we cannot escape. Now in the morning I have discussed with the Dean Engineering. Now students are using now AI techniques. How to eliminate that? So we cannot, we can eliminate, we can give the guidelines, but we cannot ask them not to use them. While using them, how we evaluate them is the important thing. So we have to change our evaluation methods as well. So therefore, we need to think about in the research landscape, which AI, in which point the human is there. So my personal idea is, I think all of you believe that we need to give the priority to the human. We need to put the human in the loop, as well as human at the center. Why? Because human values guide the research. Ultimately, human is the person who identified the research topic, and human is the person who identified the research topic, as well as, in most of the time, currently with the support of AI, develop the research proposal. So only human can define why research question is matter, why this research question help to the other community as well as research, the people. And also ethical responsibility cannot be automated. So ethical responsibility, so empathy, those kind of human values, human aspects cannot be automated. So we cannot give the rights or even the responsibility to the AI. So therefore, AI cannot take responsibility, human has to take the responsibility. And also creativity and critical thinking, still human is the superior person. Therefore, even in any research, we need to put the human at the center. And we can see now AI is developed by the human being, right? So AI depends on the human knowledge. So therefore, Therefore, still we need to keep the human at the center. Yeah, technology should empower but not replace the human. So we can say that AI should support research, not replace the human thinking. Authority remains still with the humans, and ethical judgment is uniquely human. Ethical judgment is uniquely human. So AI can augment but not replace the human, even in research and many other fields as well. So that's why we need to put the human at the center. Right. Now we will little bit deviate how we carry out interdisciplinary research in our laboratory at the Department of Mechanical Engineering. We call Bionics Laboratory, where we carry out research related to development of prosthetic and orthotic devices as well as bionics device. What is prosthetic device? It's a replacement of a body part. If your arm is amputated, if you want artificial arm, that's we call a prosthetic device. What is an exoskeleton robot? You have your limb, but it's weak. You need additional outside skeleton that we call the exoskeleton. So in our laboratory, we carry out this kind of research. You even can see the some of the structures. Those are exoskeleton that we develop. You can see a prosthetic hand as well. But still, we have not gone to the end user level. We have developed different prototypes, but we have even test with some test with the amputees, but we have not still gone to the end user level. That is, our research is still not transdisciplinary. We are still at the interdisciplinary stage. So in order to carry out this research, in order to identify the different motions, with this research we need to study the motions as well, limb motions. We have the motion analysis laboratory as well. So our research is related to bionics, where we develop exoskeleton and prosthetic devices. So by using these devices, the amputee as well as the physically weak persons can gain restore his mobility and independence. If you are in a wheelchair, you don't have independence. If you have some device which can support that person, he has independence as well as dignity. So if you take prosthetic hand development, so there are different fields involved, right? So engineering, of course, even in the engineering, different engineering fields like mechanical engineering, electrical, electronics, as well as computing as well. And also biology part is also involved, biological sciences, medical professionals. And also if you attach this one to amputated persons, we need the support of the people who are expert in the rehabilitation area. Some of those people we call prosthetists, who attach the artificial arm, the prosthetic device to the patient. And also, of course, at least these 4 areas should be combined. If this is transdisciplinary, combined together. But if it is multidisciplinary, we need to include the amputated persons, amputated community as well. So likewise, we have developed a lot of prototypes. This is one of such prosthetic, recent one. So there are the advanced ones as well, but I wanted to show you a recent one. So this is a prosthetic hand. So it can develop different motion patterns, grasping patterns. So you could see that different grasping patterns in our hand. We have different grasping patterns. Power grasping, hook grasping, pinch, likewise different grasping patterns are there. So this prototype can develop different grasping patterns as well. So this field, this development involved the ideas of different disciplines. So you can take different grasping patterns as well. This is power grasping. Right. So then we'll move to some other research where we use the brain control assistive. We develop brain control assistive robot. So there we use different AI techniques like machine learning, neural network, and even fuzzy logic, different AI techniques we use. So I'll briefly explain this research. So there is this is actually the healthy human subject, but the idea is to from 3 baskets. So you can see 3 baskets. From those 3 baskets, feed the person who has even lost limb or limbs are not functioning. Right now there are 3 baskets, 3 kind of food. The challenge is to identify. Say he cannot speak as well. So challenge is to identify which food he want to eat, So there is a challenge, but fortunately, even though his the speech and limb functions are not there, so we can take the brain signal, right? We can take the brain signal, and from the brain signal we can identify. So how to identify from the brain signal which food he want to eat? So that is the next challenge, right? So then we use different method. I briefly explain different method. We have near to the food basket, we have 1, 2, 3 LED panels. So those LED panels emit different frequencies. Prior to these activities, we know what is the frequency of this LED panel. When the person look at this LED panel, same signal, the signal with same frequency is generated in the brain. So from that, now we can identify the person is looking at that food basket. He is interested in that one, right? From that, we can identify this person intention, which food basket he want to eat. So then the robotic device goes there and take the food and feed into his mouth. So even feeding the mouth, so the robot has to wait until the person open the mouth. For that, at the end of the robot, we have a camera. So here, mouth opening, even signal processing, we have given priority to the human. Even though we use different machine learning and AI related processes, we use, now you can see the camera view, we give the priority to the human. Only after mouth is open, the robot feed the food based on his interest. So these are some of the prototypes we developed using in the interdisciplinary approach using AI techniques as well. Right. So we'll go to another research as well, where also we use brain signal to control the wheelchair. So physically weak persons usually at the wheelchair. So we want to give support to carry out different activities. So use of the brain signal is not an easy task. We have to do a lot of training. So I'll go to some point of the video. Here we can move the robot arm different directions, and from the movement we can get the food, and we can support the physically weak persons. In this case, the experiment is now you can see there is a panel, so there are directions, arrow directions. When the person look at the arrow directions, we can move the robot into that direction as well. So these are some of the research that we developed using AI techniques as well as in the multidisciplinary approach. So these are some of the prototypes that we have developed. These are exoskeleton robots and some of the prosthetic devices that we have developed at the Barnox laboratory at the University of Mororua. So now you could see that AI is very important tool. We can use that for the bridging the gap, and which is helpful for all of the research community. So now the summary. So we could see now AI is empowering research, and now we can see there is a collaboration between different disciplines, as well as we can see now individual person-based research is eliminating. Now groups are getting together, and human-centered technology is there. Technology can amplify, but human should be there to protect ethical things, and then prioritize societal focus as well as well-being of the research. And human-centered collaboration we can see now in a lot of research as well. With that, we can balance the innovation. Research institutions, universities always align innovation with the purpose and responsibility of the for the future development. So we can say AI enhances, but human decided. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senior Professor Ruwan Gopura, for reminding us that in this era of AI, the ultimate measure of our research is its impact on human lives. Your vision for bridging disciplines while keeping humanity at the heart of engineering has given us a vital roadmap for the future. To present the token of appreciation to our honorable keynote speaker, this invitation goes to Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ruhuna, accompanied by Professor Sudhir De Silva, the Chairperson of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026.
Thank you, sir. It is with a dignified gesture that I invite Dr. Terence M. Rengarasu, Editor-in-Chief, to proceed with the launching of the e-proceedings of the Academic Sessions 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As the Editor-in-Chief of the proceedings of Academic Session 2026, it's a great pleasure for me to launch the e-proceedings as well as the printed proceedings. So let's have some statistics before we go on to the actual launching. So this time around, we got 123 accepted abstracts. One paper, of course, rejected because it did not contain the extended abstracts, and 4 actually rejected. They were not from Sri Lanka, actually not from our university, so they were rejected, and 8 abstracts were withdrawn. So altogether we are publishing 123 abstracts this time. And if I see the faculty distribution, of Faculty of Engineering has 47 papers, then followed by 19 from the Agriculture, 17 from the Faculty of Technology, and Faculty of Allied Health Science 15, but all other faculties also chipped in with several papers each. Then let's go. I would like to cordially invite Vice Chancellor Sir to the stage and podium to launch the e-proceedings. Click once. You can click scroll. So I would like to ask Vice Chancellor to remain in seat, and I would like to cordially invite our Secretary, Dr. Kumudu Seneratna, to the stage to present the printed abstract book. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for officially launching the e-proceedings of the academic sessions 2026.
Moving forward with today's program, we now arrive at one of the most prestigious segments of this ceremony, the Vice Chancellor's Awards, which honor outstanding achievements in research, teaching, and service. Ladies and gentlemen, let us move on to the first and one of the most prestigious awards of the ceremony, the Most Outstanding Scholar Award. This distinguished recognition is presented to an academic who has demonstrated exceptional excellence in scholarship and research.
The recipient of the Most Outstanding Scholar Award 2026 is from the Faculty of Management and Finance. I invite Mr. W.M. Rohan Laksiri, the Dean of the Faculty of Management and Finance, to kindly come forward to announce the award recipient.
Good morning. With your kind permissions, I rise today here to celebrate a name that this university will probably echo for next years to come. Dr. Kankanamge Gayan Peshanta holds the positions of Senior Lecturer Grade 1 in the Department of Human Resources Management at the Faculty of Management and Finance, University of Runa. He started as a temporary assistant lecturer in 2006 and has been serving continuously for almost 2 decades. He obtained his PhD in Human Resource Management from the University of California. He holds master's degree in Business Administration from the University of Agder, Norway, a master's degree in Labor Studies from the University of Colombo, and a bachelor's degree in Business Administration from the University of Runa. Dr. Priyashanta's research focuses on work family conflict, employee engagement, gender stereotypes changes, and innovative HR technologies like AI, EHRM, and metaverse applications in HR and education. He is skilled in conducting systematic literature review, analyzing bibliometrics, performing meta-analysis, and using advanced quantitative techniques like structural equation modeling with AMOS and Smart PLS. He is a significant body of scholarly work comprising publications in peer-reviewed journals, conferences, scholarly magazines, newspapers, books, and chapters. Approximately 20 of these are peer-reviewed journal articles. These with most being indexed in high-impact journals like Q1 and SSCI. He authored 2 books published by Taylor and Francis. His research excellence has been recognized through Senate honors from the University of California, multiple best paper awards, and the Young HR Mind Award from the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management in 2010. Among numerous administrative and leadership roles at the faculty and the university levels, he currently serves as chairperson of the Faculty Ethical Review Committee and the Faculty Library Committee, and has contributed significantly to syllabus and program development, including founding and coordinating the Diploma in Human Resource Management at the Distance and Continuous Education Unit. He also initiated the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Human Resources Management and Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, Sri Lanka, creating enhanced professional and career development opportunities, internship pathways, and prestigious gold medal annually to the best performing HRM students at the University of Ruhuna Convocation. In addition, he serves as a senior treasurer and coordinator of the Circle of Human Resource Management, which links HRM students with the industry through a skilled program, field visit, and internship. Beyond the university, Dr. Piyashantha is widely recognized as a regional expert in systematic literature review and research methodology. He has conducted over 50 national and international programs and training programs in Sri Lanka, India, and the United Kingdom. Additionally, he serves on the editorial boards of the Journal of University of Ruhuna and the South Asian Journal of Business Insights, and actively participates as a peer reviewer for more than 15 high-impact international journals and numerous conferences, including the Academy of Management annual meeting. This research, teaching, leadership effort collectively demonstrate Dr. Piyashantha's commitment to advancing knowledge, enhancing institutional capacity, and supporting the broader academic professional community. These qualities are now officially acknowledged with the Vice Chancellor's Award for Most Outstanding Scholar 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor in my first address as the Dean of the Faculty to introduce the Best Scholar of the University 2025, Dr. Gayan Priyashantha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please remain on stage. To present this award, I respectfully invite Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ruhuna, to the stage.
So this invitation goes to Dr. K.G. Priyashant for awarding the Most Outstanding Scholar Award in the Vice Chancellor's Award 2025.
Thank you, sir, for joining with the award presentation. We now proceed to the Most Outstanding Young Researcher Award, which recognizes a promising academic who has shown remarkable research excellence at an early stage of their career. The recipient of the Most Outstanding Young Researcher Award 2026 is from the Faculty of Engineering.
I am honored to invite Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, to the stage to announce the award recipient.
So it's my distinct honor to introduce Dr. Kushan Sudhira, the recipient of the Vice Chancellor's Award for the Most Outstanding Young Researcher in 2025. He currently serves as a senior lecturer in Department of Electrical and Information Engineering at the faculty, and is recognized as one of the pioneering contributors to establish and growth of the computer engineering degree program. Dr. Kushan's academic journey is marked by exceptional distinction. He graduated from University of Ruhuna with a first class honors from our own faculty, securing the first rank in the batch, owning an overall GPA of 3.92 out of 4.0. His graduate excellence was further recognized through the award of 3 prestigious gold medals: the Ronnie D. Mell Gold Medal for the best overall performance in the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. A.D.V. Premanath Memorial Gold Medal for the best departmental performance, and the S.D. Jayasundar Memorial Gold Medal for the best final year project. In addition, he was recognized as an outstanding student in the electronic engineering, software engineering, and research development. He went to pursue his doctoral studies in Nanyang Technology University in Singapore under a highly competitive research scholarship, where his research focused on developing intelligence and secure communication frameworks for the next generation vehicular networks using software dedicated networking. His work contributed towards enabling adequate resilience and scalable network architectures for connected and autonomous transportation systems. Prior to returning to Sri Lanka, he served as a postdoctoral research fellow at NUS Cybersecurity Laboratory at the National University of Singapore, where he worked on applied cybersecurity solutions for critical infrastructure systems, focusing on threat detection and network resilience. Dr. Kushan's research contributions have made a notable global impact. To date, he authored 12 Q1 journals, 25 conference papers, accumulating over 500 citations. His innovative work has also led to 1 international patent, with 2 additional patents currently pending. His research interests span cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning, and software-defined vehicular networks. Beyond research, Dr. Kushan has demonstrated strong leadership and service within the university community. He served as the chairman of the Rextro exhibition, our Silver Jubilee exhibition, playing a key role in the organizing committee as one of the chairs in the exhibit committee. As a founding member of the welfare community, he was instrumental in initiating student meal assistance program to support needy students. His service further include as the role of the warden of the male hostels, senior treasurer of the Computer Engineering Student Society, and coordinator of the RMIT UR PhD program. In Dr. Kushan Sudhira, in this career, I am delightful to introduce him as the most outstanding young researcher, and on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering, I wish him all the very best in his future endeavors. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. To present this award, I respectfully invite Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ruhuna, to the stage. And this invitation goes to Dr. Kushan Sudhira for receiving the Most Outstanding Young Researcher Award for the Vice Chancellor's Awards 2025.
Thank you, sir. Next, we move on to the Most Outstanding Staff Inventor Award, which recognizes outstanding innovation and significant contributions to technical advancement. The recipient of the Most Outstanding Staff Innovator and Inventor Award 2026 is from the Faculty of Medicine.
I respectfully invite Senior Professor Tilak Veeraratna, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, to the stage to announce the award recipient.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to read the citation of the Most Outstanding Staff Innovator Inventor 2025, Professor Anoja Attanayake. Professor Anoja Attanayake began her educational journey at Southern College, Galle. She has later entered University of Peradeniya, completing her education in 2005. She embarked on her academic career in 2007 as a probational lecturer in biochemistry at the Department of Biochemistry, Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruhuna. Through dedication, perseverance and unwavering commitment to excellence, she rose through the ranks and since 2021 has been serving as a professor in the Department of Biochemistry. Beyond teaching, she has served in the University of Ruhuna with remarkable commitment and compassion. From 2019 to 2021, she served as the head in the Department of Biochemistry, providing visionary leadership to the department. She has actively contributed to the faculty governance by serving as a member of several committees and currently serves as the chairperson of the Board of Study in Medicine, playing a key role in shaping the academic standards of the postgraduate programs. Professor Attanayake's research journey is equally distinguished. Her work spans natural products chemistry, biochemistry of metabolic diseases, and nanodrug delivery systems. With an H-index of 21 and over 1,200 citations, her scholarly influence is widely recognized. As the inventor of 5 patents and a contributor to 3 commercialization agreements, she has successfully translated research into practical applications. Her innovations in nanonutraceuticals and herbal supplements transform natural resources into scientifically validated high-value health products. Through product development, patenting, and commercialization, she has strengthened industry-academia partnerships and enhanced the global market potential for Sri Lankan flora. These efforts promote entrepreneurship, stimulate local manufacturing, generate employment opportunities, and contribute meaningfully to national economy. Her scholarly output is remarkable. For the past 18 years, she has published nearly 50 articles in Science Citation Indexed and expanded journals and 40 in other peer-reviewed journals. She has co-authored 10 chapters in reputed books and presented 150 abstracts and contributed to the newsletter articles. Her excellence has been recognized through 20 faculty, university, national and international research awards, including the prestigious gold medal for the best postgraduate student in the convocation at the University of Ruhuna in 2014. Professor Attanayake has completed the supervision of 7 postgraduate degrees, nurturing and guiding next generation of Sri Lankan scientists. As the principal investigator, she has secured and led multiple research grants from national funding bodies such as National Research Council, National Science Foundation, University Grants Commission, and the AHEAD program. Her leadership extends beyond the university. She is a fellow of the Institute of Chemistry, Sri Lanka, and currently serves as a president in the College of Biochemists. She also leads the newly established Natural Product Research and Development Center at the Department of Biochemistry, Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruhuna. Professor Attanayaka's journey is a powerful testament to creativity, perseverance, and leadership in innovation. Her achievements embody the true spirit of the Vice Chancellor's Award for Most Outstanding Staff Innovator 2025, as she continues to inspire the scientific community through her dedication to translating research into real-world solutions for betterment of the society. With the recommendation of the Senate and the Council, may I now invite Professor P. Jayantha to come on stage to award the Best Innovator Inventor Award to Professor Anojapith Attanayaka.
So this invitation goes to Professor Anoja P. Attanayaka to receive the Most Outstanding Staff Innovator and Inventor Award.
Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt congratulations to all the awardees on this outstanding achievement. Engineering students master some of the most challenging subjects, but their talents do not end in the classroom. Our students from the Faculty of Engineering not only excel in complex theories and technical skills, but also shine brightly in the arts. With grace, rhythm, and creativity, they now take the stage. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our next group of dancers.
वसं विवाके नारसेना हदट कंदन यामिलंगी කරකා මාව මගෙර බලනා සොබනා මුනිවත රකිනා අබලකි වැවසිමිනා තාලෙට දිය බිනිනා සොබනා මුනිවත රකිනා සොබනා ඔරුවක මල් පුරවා මල් කුමරුට පිටුපා ඇතුනා
කල මට නැවෙන්නේ ඔබෙරු ඈත කඳු කරින් එන නලගෙනෙන්නේ ඔබේ හඬ
දැස පියාගත් කල මට නැවෙන්නේ ඔබෙරු ඈත කඳු කරින් එන නලගෙනෙන්නේ ඔබේ හඬ
කුමාරියේ
අමතක නොවේ
ලස්සන රුවේ
සිත සැනසුවේ දැස පියාගත් කල මට නැවෙන්නේ ඔබෙරු ඈත කඳු කරින් එන නලගෙනෙන්නේ ඔබේ හඬ
කුමාරියේ
අමතක නොවේ
ලස්සන රුවේ
සිත සැනසුවේ
Thank you, dear sisters and brothers, for that wonderful performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to one of the most prestigious recognitions of this morning. the Tier 4 Star Awards. Tier 4 Star is reserved for the academic and administrative staff who have reached the topmost field-weighted H-index thresholds as defined by the UGC Circular 5/2018, and this award was introduced to the Vice Chancellor's Awards from 2024. Achieving this standard reflects years of dedication, scholarly impact, and sustained contributions to advancing research in their respective discipline. Today, we proudly celebrate those who have attained this exceptional milestone for this year.
This year, University of Ruhuna has got 2 of the Tier 4 Star awardees. To introduce the first award recipient, this invitation goes to Senior Professor Thilak Veeraratne, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine.
It's an honor to read the citation of Professor Ajit D.S. Nagavatta, who is currently a senior professor of microbiology at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruhuna. He joined the University of Ruhuna as a probation lecturer in 1994 and was promoted to senior lecturer in the Department of Microbiology in March 2002. Following the successful completion of the MD Medical Microbiology and board certification as a specialist in medical microbiology. He was later promoted to professor in microbiology in December 2015 and as the chair professor of microbiology in February 2016. He held many important positions in the Faculty of Medicine, which include head Department of Microbiology for 3 terms from 2006 to 2015. He was both student counselor and warden in the male hostels from 2002 to 2005. He was the head of the Duke Ruhuna Research Collaboration, a key, very productive research collaboration in the Faculty of Medicine from 2013 to 2022. In recognition of his contribution to research, administrative services to the collaboration, and supervision of overseas research students, he was appointed as an adjunct professor of Duke Global Health Institute, Duke University, USA in 2019. He was the president of the Ruhuna Faculty of Medicine Teachers Association from 2007 to 2008. Professor Nagavatta's other passion is research ethics. He was the secretary to the Ethics Review Committee of the Faculty of Medicine for 13 years, from 2004, and chairperson from 2017 to 2020. As the chairperson of the Ethics Review Committee, he was successful in obtaining the international accreditation and recognition to the Ethics Review Committee of the Faculty of Medicine in 2018. Apart from that, he has held many positions as an administrative capacity, as a chairperson of the Ethics Review Committee, as a survey and evaluator to the Research Ethics Committee of the Forum of Research Ethics Committees of Sri Lanka, trainer and examiner in the Diploma in and MD in Medical Microbiology and Postgraduate Institute of Medicine in University of Colombo since 2005, secretary to the Board of Study in Microbiology.
This Vice Chancellor's Award ceremony and academic sessions, I have to thank all of them for putting this event together and making it a successful one. It is not an easy task to coordinate a university-wide symposium like this. And to my fellow academics and students, I hope today is not just a sit and listen day. I hope you leave here today with new ideas that keep you awake tonight. I wish you all a productive and inspiring day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please remain on stage. To present the token of appreciation to the Vice Chancellor, we cordially invite Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the hosting faculty. And to accompany the Dean, we cordially invite Professor Sudhira De Silva, the Chairman of the Vice Chancellor's Awards 2026.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we now arrive at one of the most intellectually enriching segments of today's ceremony, the oration. To introduce the orator of 2026, we would like to invite Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuna.
Yes, as the hosting faculty, representing all staff and students, I am delighted to present the second consecutive award of Vice Chancellor's Award category, the orator. While celebrating our Silver Jubilee a few months ago, I am very delighted our staff getting these two awards out of the prestigious awards, being a strong partnership with the other faculties for the development of the university. So this is the brief citation about Professor G.G. Tushara Chaminda, the orator of the year 2026. Dr. G.G. Tushara Chaminda is a professor in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at the Faculty of Engineering of the university. With over 20 years of teaching and research experiences, he also is a specialist engineer in the field of water and environmental engineering. He also holds positions as an institute visiting professor at Chiyo University in Japan and served as a visiting professor and researcher at several academic and professional institutions. Additionally, Professor Tushara served as a director board member of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board of Sri Lanka. Professor Tushara received bachelor's degree in civil engineering from University of Peradeniya in 2002. Following his graduation, he commenced his academic career as a temporary member of the academic staff at the Faculty of Engineering Peradeniya in 2002. He earned his master's engineering degree specializing in environmental engineering and management from AIT Bangkok, Thailand in 2005, achieving a 3.93 GPA out of 4 and being recognized as the leading researcher of his class. In 2008, he obtained his PhD in urban environmental engineering from University of Tokyo, Japan, and subsequently served as a postdoctoral researcher at the Environmental Science Center of Tokyo, University of Tokyo, for 1 year. Following this appointment, Professor Tushara became an expert researcher in a JICA-funded international project, Thailand, affiliated with University of Tokyo. He joined the Faculty of Engineering, Ruhuna, in February 2012. Professor Tushara's primary research interests are water and environmental engineering, with emphasis on emerging pollutants in urban waters, antibiotic resistance bacteria and pharmaceutical personal care products in waters, sustainable water management for urban areas, and etc. Professor Tushara demonstrated a strong publication record with more than 200 scientific publications, including international journals, book chapters, and conferences. Further, he has edited several international and local books, editorials, and news articles. He owns a H-index of 22 with more than 2,300 citations. Professor Tushara has earned many international and national awards, such as the prestigious Award for Asian Young Professional in Water Research 2012, the Sri Lanka President's Award for Scientific Publication for 4 occasions, 5 merit awards for scientific publications awarded by the NRC Sri Lanka. Vice Chancellor Award for more. The Tier 4 Research Status Award 2024, and several other awards for best papers, oral presentations, and etc. Professor Tushara serves as a governing member of the Sri Lanka National Committee of International Water Association and hold recognized as an accredited professional by the Sri Lanka Green Building Council. And Professor Tushara Chaminda demonstrates significant engagement with academic and scientific community as both editor and reviewer of multiple international journals, such as co-editor-in-chief of Sri Lanka Journal of Applied Science and editor of the Journal of National Science Foundation NSF of Sri Lanka. He holds positions as chairperson and member of multiple international and local scientific committees and has been invited to deliver keynotes and plenary addresses at several international conferences. With this long-standing track record, I am pleased to introduce Professor Tushara Chaminda as the Orator of the Year 2026, and I kindly invite him on the stage and the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much, Dean Sir, for your nice introduction. And Venerable Mahasangha, the Vice Chancellor Sir, Deans, and all the academic staff members, administrative staff members, and non-academics, and as well as my fellow students. I believe that it is a great privilege for me to do the oration of the University of Ruhuna 2026. So the title for the oration today is the contribution of pharmaceutical pollutants in Sri Lankan waters to antibiotic resistance. So this is a kind of summary of my research work since almost like 20 years, close to 20 years. Okay, so as you can see, some of the keywords here: the pharmaceutical pollutants, Sri Lankan waters, and the antibiotic resistance. And since we are talking about the water, as you know, so if you ask a question, is water an issue in globally? Actually, my answer is no. There's no issue in water in globally, because the water covers about 70% of the Earth's surface, and we have a planet with covered with the water, and we have a perfect solar powered recycling system. There's no issue with the water. The issue is with simply the fresh water. As you know that the fresh water is very limited, because that most of the waters are trapped, are saline water, which we can find in the ocean, and only 3% is as the fresh water, and most of this fresh water are trapped in North Pole and South Pole, and then readily available fresh water you can see from these small dots as less than 0.003%. So this is, if I take a simulation, like let's say that if we can put all the water in the planet into this 100-liter tank, the readily available water is just like a half of the teaspoon. So this is why the scientists and engineers are telling the fresh water is limited. It is not the water. Okay, now we all have to share this small drop of the fresh water. Okay, so then I will move to next. I'm not sure that we have seen this picture. And this little girl, born in Philippines, Manila in 2022 November, is considered as a symbolic baby. 8 billion symbolic baby. Of course, there were many babies born on that particular day, which is the day that the world population surpassed the 8 billion. And I will try to show you in the same picture the 7 billion baby and the 6 billion baby, symbolic baby. So you can see, right, when this 8 billion baby was born, just the the 6 billion baby and the 7 billion symbolic baby was only 23 years and 11 years old, that highlighting the rapid population growth in the planet. In the same picture, just you can see the 2 billion. And it is not the problem actually. Another problem that we are facing is the urbanization. You know, the human population has lived in a rural lifestyle throughout our history. But now we are facing the rapid urbanization, especially in the Asian countries. Is still this Asian country, the rural population is the dominant, but this will change soon. And as a result, so it is predicted that by 2050 there will be 80% increase in the water demand in the cities, right? And the problem continue actually. Another reason the problem, I mean this continuation of this problem is the global warming. I'm not going to tell you what global warming is, but just to highlight the articles I took from 2016 to 2020. Now it's happening. Now you can see 2016, 20, now July, now 2024 is the first year to pass the 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming limit according to this article. And that was the reason the UN chief mentioned we have already, right, past the global warming. Now we are in the era of the global boiling. As you know that the climate change and the global warming, right, and directly related with the water cycle. So then, and with the increased water demand through the population growth, rapid urbanization, and have significant impact on the fresh water resources. So that's the reason now the consequences in future, right? You can see these BBC articles are asking us, the UN warns against the vampiric global water use. Actually, the report says that up to 3.5 billion, close to half of the people live under the condition of water stress at least 1 month a year. So roughly half of the world population currently experiencing this. So let's see what will happen to the countries like Sri Lanka in future if this current climate change scenario continue in future, and also with the population growth rate. As you can see in Sri Lanka, if you take all the fresh water in the country and divided by the population, all the fresh water means including the rainfall, all the waters all the fresh water in the country. We have 103 river basins, and then the value is like 2,500 cubic meter per year per person. That means we all are having 2,500 cubic meter of fresh water at the moment. But if this current condition continue, so this will be reduced to 1,500, and we will be considered a water stress country in future within next 25 years. So this will be the scenario for the most of the countries, not only Sri Lanka. So what we have to do, we cannot believe, only the fresh water. So definitely we have to reuse wastewater, treated wastewater, and we have to go for the alternative waters. So that was the reason, as you know, under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, number 6 is clean water and sanitation. Clean water and sanitation, but including Sri Lanka, 120 countries are not on right track to achieve this sustainable managed water resources by 2030. Definitely we have to go for this reuse water or alternative waters, right, recognized as a potential new source of clean water for even the potable or even the non-potable water application, as you can see here. But when we try to use this reuse water or reclaimed water other than the fresh water, there are several issues. Especially, I would like to highlight here what we call is fear of unknowns. Right? It is unknowns of unknown. That means that this simply describes a very specific kind of uncertainty. Not only do the people and the scientists worry about the risk they know about the water pollution, they also worry about the risk they cannot yet identify or understood. Right? This is one of the reason is this special type of pollutant we call emerging pollutant. So emerging pollutant can be understood as a broad sense of any synthetic or any natural occurring chemical, or it can be even microorganism that is not commonly monitored or regulated. And then because of that, under the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals, it is directly highlighted or directly addressed under the 6 clean water and sanitation. Not only that, even number 1 SDG, number 3, number 12, and number 15. So this term is not the term that we can forget, emerging pollutants. So what are these emerging pollutants? Very simply, so the emerging pollutant, there are actually, we can divide into 3 broad categories. One is the pharmaceuticals, of course the medicine that we are taking, and the personal care products, and then others are called endocrine disrupting compounds. Of course, in my research, I basically focus on these first 2. So these are usually derived from the hospital, agriculture areas, wastewater treatment plant, like that. So these chemicals that had not previously been detected, or even the detected with the very less concentration, are considered as the contaminants of emerging concern, or simply emerging contaminant, right? And so our research group, we focus on basically the one called PPCP, when we combine the pharmaceutical and the personal care product. So the personal care products, the pharmaceutical, we all know that is the drugs. PPCP, the personal care products, mean that there's fragrances, cosmetics, sunscreen, and the shampoo or insect repellents. So they are also considered as even we use it day to day, they are considered as the emerging pollutant. Right. Okay. Now here, let's come to the drugs first. So this is, I took this from the US EPA. So the PPCP, all these drugs have probably been present in the water and the environment for as long as humans have been using them. So what is the new here? Because now we have equipment, analytical technique to detect them. That's why they are called emerging. Otherwise, they have been here for a long time. So what is the problem with them? Especially this PPCP, pharmaceutical and personal care product. They are persistent in the environmental. Their physicochemical properties means that many are not easily removed by traditional water treatment process and even the wastewater treatment process. And there is the properties of the bioaccumulation. They are available in the aquatic environment, and relatively even the low concentration, many of them and their metabolism are biologically active and can impact even the non-target aquatic organisms, especially fish, and their toxicity. And the key part here is the antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic, you all know, now we have medical doctors here, and the antibiotics are medicine used to prevent the treat to bacterial infection. We all know there are around 15 to 20 major classes of antibiotics, and the global antibiotic consumption actually it's believed increased by around 52% compared to 2023 value within next 5 years, the research says. It is similar in Sri Lankan situation as well. Now we are talking about this new term or new threat to the world, that is the antibiotic resistance bacteria. Here I have highlighted you the news articles I took from the Reuters, the rise of superbug. That means the super bacteria which cannot be killed, or that if anybody infected with superbugs, there is no cure, right? And here not only even the animal and the human, even you can see the urban birds may be spreading the drug resistant superbugs. And there are many news articles here about this. And yeah, so how we get this antibiotic resistance? You know that how does this resistance develop? In any bacterial population, a community, so there are normal and resistant bacteria exist. Resistant bacteria, that means the strong bacteria. When antibiotics or the antibiotic drugs are introduced, they can kill these vulnerable or normal bacteria, but the resistant ones remain. And slowly these survived bacteria, right, they can multiply, and they can, through a process known as a horizontal gene transfer and even the vertical gene transfer, they can transfer it to the other bacteria. So that is the problem that's considered as the global trade. So here you can see the summary of the research article I have collected from. We have collected global antibiotic resistant abundance in every part of the planet, every part almost. The situation is actually more, critical than we thought. Here you can see these are some prediction. It is predicted global death in 2050 due to the antibiotic resistance. You can see it is more than the cancer death in 2050. So around 10 million people may die because of this antibiotic resistance. So we need to take it as a very serious matter. So that is the reason that we have been continuing this research from almost like last 20 years, with the three objectives here. The first one is, of course, to evaluate the comparative prevalence of pharmaceutical contaminants, simply the concentration in urban waters, and then to understand the prevalence of antibiotic resistant bacteria, especially in the urban waters in Sri Lanka, and also to understand the antibiotic resistant genes. So here you can see the pharmaceutical and personal care products in environment, the global occurrence. It is the researchers found that even in each United Nations recognized regional group, at least 38 different pharmaceutical substance, compound, pollutant were found in surface water, groundwater, even the drinking water. So with this, that we try to understand, because we did not, when we start this almost like 2017, this research in Sri Lanka, so there was no any data those days. So then we collected data and sample from the groundwater, surface water, and the sewerage treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant, influent and effluent. Both, the Colombo and Galle especially. And we did a scan first. Of course, we used the HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography mass spectrometer. We scanned for 82 PPCP groups, and we detected 43 out of these, especially in these Sri Lankan urban waters. So I'm not going to tell this concentration level of each concentration drug class or whatever, but few alarming key finding. Now this is groundwater. Actually we collected around 20 domestic wells. We found the 20 domestic wells, and we try to find the concentration. And these drug wells are well protected wells. But we found, you can see some of the pharmaceutical products there. Caffeine, of course, is the stimulant drug, and even the carbamazepine, and then one of the antibiotic in these wells. So there's no any way the wells, the groundwater being contaminated in other way other than on-site sanitation system. That is simply the toilet pits or soakage pit or septic tank, right? So here what we found that the groundwater, these are indicators, and that indicate the vulnerability of drinking groundwater source, especially with the fecal contaminants from the outdated sanitation system. And in there's a standard, right? When you have a septic tank and your groundwater well, there should be a minimum of 50 feet or 18 meter distance. That is a kind of standard WHO guideline as well. But what we found here, this 18 meter or 50 meter is not working well. Even this setback distance unlikely to protect the groundwater from contaminants from the on-site sanitation system. Right? And of course, that we found the pharmaceutical concentrations from the sewage treatment plant, influent and effluent, and also we compare with the other countries, and especially for the influent, we found the hospital wastewater, we found the concentration are relatively high compared with the other countries. And with this, all the finding, we also identify that especially 4 drug classes, right? You can see one is the artificial sweetener, and this the stimulant drug, and also this neuroactive drugs we can use to track or the understand the contaminants level in any river, let's say the Gin River or any river, if we identify these four, so we can say, like, as example, the caffeine that indicate the grey water, that is the from the maybe kitchen water, right? The load into, I mean, the contaminate kitchen, the rivers or water bodies are contaminated with the grey water. And if we use this this carbamazepine or maybe neuroactive drug, this means that the any water body is contaminated by hospital discharge and over long distance. So this is our suggestion to track or keep eye on how these pollutant, the water bodies are getting polluted. So these can be considered as the monitoring drug indicators. And then we'll come to the antibiotics part, my last part here, right? So the most significant fact is that the possible antibiotic resistance, as I already know, it happens when the bacteria evolve to survive despite the antibiotic treatment. So this make infection harder to treat and increase the health risks in water and even the clinical setting, right? So what will happen? The bacteria expose here to antibiotic, and then antibiotic resistant genes develop, and then there can be superbugs, right? So we measure these. We, of course, most of you know about the E. coli bacteria, that is the E. coli is living in our stomach, right? So we isolated this E. coli bacteria to understand this antibiotic resistivity. So I will tell you this very briefly, not very detailed here. And this is the antibiotic resistance. So just forget about these graphs. But what I want to highlight here very clearly. Now you can see here the experimental results. Now this blue color and red color you can find. Now actually the blue color, there is no inhibition zone. That means actually these tablets are considered as antibiotic tablets, right? So this we call laboratory assays or distribution. This reveal the resistant visuality. So no inhibition zone or reduce the clear zones around the antibiotic dish. So the drugs have no longer stop bacteria growth, right? Especially these red colors. And then when you think about the Kali River in Colombo, so we found that many antibiotics here, and also we found these old antibiotic like salmeterol and tetracycline, and they have a very higher resistance ratio, obviously, because they are old antibiotic. And when we come to the gold, now this is one of the critical findings here. Actually, we found the canal, one of the canal here, after the hospital wastewater discharge, just 20 meter downstream from the discharging point, and you can see there is no inhibition zone. That means none of these antibiotic the tablet can kill any of the bacteria. That means in this sample, no inhibition zone means 100%, right? 100% of the resistivity has been developed already. Right? So that is one thing. And also when we check about this, the wastewater treatment plant can remove the bacteria. Everyone knows that, right? Now here you can see very clearly, very simply. Now this is the influent raw wastewater, and this is the effluent treated water. There is a significant removal, maybe more than 99%, right? But however, even though the E. coli or bacteria, E. coli prevalence was reduced during the treatment, but the remaining bacteria can adapt in the presence of antibiotic and lead to a further increase in resistance. So that is one of the key finding that we have to concentration here, right? And then our third part is the antibiotic resistant gene. Of course, this is a collaborative research with Hokkaido University, Japan. So that especially we target on Gin River and the Kepuel and Morogodala, right? And here you can the land use pattern you can see, especially in Gin River we have less residential area, and this Morogodala catchment of this area we can find high residential area. So then we compare these two the basins here, especially. And what we found here, these results show the antibiotic resistant gene abundance based on the Gin River and Morogodala. And in this gene, actually this is from the shotgun sequence, and when we look at this antibiotic resistant gene profile, we found that 130 and 130 antibiotic resistant gene subtypes in goal area, and also that is relevant to 12 different antibiotic classes. And we also now here you can see now this green color. So forget about all others, it's just few things. Now green color means that multi-drug resistance ability. So we found that especially the multi-drug the resistant genes increase in here. But when now it is upstream and then the river or the canal moved downstream, we found that the concentration level goes down. So that need to be further studies, right? Okay, and when we found, even though we found this more than 100 antibiotic resistant gene subtype, and we found only 1% are classified as the clinically important antibiotic resistant genes here. So that means only the 2 type. I'm not going to explain. I think Professor Veeratna and other medical faculty experts know these 2 genes, right? So we did the qPCR analysis, but this blah IMF is considered as the gene that can attack the last line of type of antibiotics. So this is considered as the risk, and this is of course common. And when we compare this concentration with the Sri Lanka and Japan, we found the Sri Lankan case, especially in the gall, we found high concentration of these 2 genes compared to Japan, right? So that simply says that the gene exhibits, of course, in the different environment fades as they travel downstream. So the managing the river catchment is therefore not just an environmental necessity, but also a clinical one as well, right? So this is the conclusion that I have already mentioned, so I'm not going to talk the conclusion, but the future recommendation, right, with this finding. So of course we need to have the continuous monitoring of wastewater, rivers, urban canals for emerging pollutants, especially pharmaceutical and personal care, and the antibacterial resistance are required for this water management. And wastewater treatment plant, the treatment technology need to be developed to control the antibiotic concentration. That is one of the job from the civil and environmental engineers. And of course, provide the proper waste collection system, including the used medicine. I think we don't have that kind of arrangement or mechanism to collect these used medicine. And the other one is the develop strict rules and policies for industries, hospital, and the municipal waste discharge, right? And on the top of that, so I believe that we should develop a platform to bridge the gap between the expert or scientists or researchers and the citizen knowledge. There's a huge gap. Now in Sri Lanka, there's no such a dialogue, but in the Western countries and the USA, even Japan, right? Now even the general public knows much better about this antibiotic resistance and pharmaceutical and personal care products. So we don't have such a dialogue, so we have to develop that. So we have to get the general public participation as well. Otherwise, you cannot just develop the rules and policies, right? And investing in the water is really important for ecosystem and the economy and the health. So maybe the government or public funding alone may not enough, so we may need to go for public-private partnership in future to fill this gap. So these are only selected the Q1 journals that we have published from 2009 to 2021. Of course, there are many more. And this is my last one. Again, the reminding, this is the take-home message. In 2050, annual death rate is higher than the cancer death rate from antibiotic resistance. So therefore, so we need to be very careful, at least as academic and the researchers, engineers and the doctors. So we have to have a dialogue among the researchers and as well as with the general public. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And please remain on stage. Your your talk has truly highlighted the urgent link between our environmental health and the global challenge of antibiotic resistance. To present the token of appreciation to Professor G.G. Tushara Chaminda, we invite Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ruhuna, accompanied by Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering.
Thank you, sir. We will now proceed to the conferment of the title of Emeritus Professor status. This prestigious honor is awarded in recognition of distinguished service to the department and the university, outstanding contributions to teaching and research, and incredible academic leadership. To introduce the recipient and present the citation, I respectfully invite the Senior Professor T.P. Veeraratna, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine.
I am honored to read the citation for the conferment of Professor Emeritus of Professor Kamani Ayoma Pereira Vijayavardhana Jayatilaka. She was born in 22nd January 1960. She had her primary and secondary education at Mahinda College, Galle and Sangamitta Balika Vidyalaya, Galle. She entered the Faculty of Applied Sciences at the University of Sri Jayawardenepura in 1978 and obtained her BSc degree in 1981. She completed an MSc in 1985 and joined the Department of Biochemistry, Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruhuna in 1986 as a temporary assistant lecturer. She is one of the pioneers in the Department of Biochemistry to have got registered for a PhD on medicinal plant research, focusing their efficacy on disease conditions. This was a time that the trend was moving toward the medicinal plant research. The PhD in biochemistry was awarded in 1991. Since joining the department as a probationary assistant lecturer in July 1990, Professor Jayatilaka has served to the university for more than 35 years, and she has touched the lives of new entrants to the medical faculty as a teacher, counselor, and as mentor. Professor Jayatilaka was among the pioneering members of the staff who worked together in establishing the medical laboratory science degree program under the Allied Health Science degree program affiliated to the Faculty of Medicine, which commenced in 2009. She rendered her services as a unit coordinator of biochemistry for newly established degree programs. Today, it is the Department of Medical Laboratory Science at the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, University of Ruhuna. Professor Jayatilaka focused her research mainly on hepatoprotective anti-diabetic effects of medicinal plant extracts. She was able to further her knowledge and skills in research by the fellowship received from the British Council to obtain training at the Department of Pharmacology, King's College, London. She is the author of over 40 research papers published in peer-reviewed journals, and nearly 25 of them are in index journals. She has more than 100 refereed abstracts published. Her H-index in Google citations is 21 and her I-10 index is 37. Professor Jayatilaka's excellence in research work was recognized by 3 President's Research Awards in 2001, 2003 and 2004, and a Presidential Award for Invention in 2021 and 2022. Apart from that, Professor Jayatilaka has received NRC Merit Award for Scientific Publications in 2016, S. Ramachandran Award for the Best Scientific Communication in the Nephrology in 2018, Sri Lanka Medical Association Award for Best Presentation in Pharmacology in 2020. Professor Jayasekaran secured 3 patents based on the inventions on medicinal plant research in 2013, 2022 and 2023. As a senior academic and the chair professor of biochemistry for 10 years, Professor Jayasekaran has contributed in training next level of teachers and researchers by being a mentor and a supervisor for MPhil and PhD candidates who are mainly probation lecturers. She managed to secure financial assistance to postgraduate research by contributing to obtain grants from National Science Foundation and the National Research Council of Sri Lanka. Professor Jayasekaran became the recipient of Sasred Award in 2021, 2022 and 2023. Professor Jayasekaran, in a 5-year tenure as a head department of biochemistry in the Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruhuna, has contributed to establishing the Faculty of Medicine and in the General Sir John Kotulavala Defence University in 2009. In recognition of his services rendered to the field of biochemistry and by being a teacher and a researcher, the College of Biochemists of Sri Lanka conferred an honorary fellowship to Professor Jayasekaran in April 2025. With the recommendation of the Senate and the Council of the University of Ruhuna, Professor Kamani Jayasekaran is confirmed the title of Professor Emerita from the University of Ruhuna.
Thank you, sir. To officially award the Emeritus Professor status, I respectfully invite Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, the Vice Chancellor, University of Ruhuna, to be accompanied by Professor Chaminda Karunasena, the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
We now invite Dr. Kumudu Seneviratna, the Secretary of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, madam.
Venerable Mahasangha, Vice Chancellor, University of Ruhuna, Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuna, Professor Chaminda Karunasena, Deans from other faculties, University of Ruhuna, members of the University Council, Senior Professor Ruwan Gopura, our keynote speaker, directors, heads of the departments, academics, and administrative and non-academic staff members, students, award recipients, sponsors, and distinguished guests. Good afternoon, everyone. As we reach the conclusion of the inaugural session, I know many of us may be feeling a little weary after hours of sessions and presentations and discussions. However, I wish to emphasize that this is the most important part of today's event, taking a moment to acknowledge and express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to making the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026 a success. It is my distinct privilege on behalf of the organizing committee to deliver the vote of thanks and pay tribute to the efforts, guidance, and support of everyone who has made this occasion truly memorable. First and foremost, we extend my sincere gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor P.A. Jayantha, for his visionary leadership and continuous support, which have been instrumental in the success of this event. Thank you very much, sir, for your presence and insights. Our heartfelt appreciation goes to Senior Professor Ruwan Gopura, Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies, University of Moratuwa, as our keynote speaker, for accepting our invitation and taking time to address this gathering and inspire us with your insights. Your presence has added great distinction to this ceremony. We would also like to respectfully acknowledge Dr. H.J. Keerthisena, founding Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, who is unable to join us today. His foundational leadership and enduring contributions continue to inspire the faculty. Our sincere thanks are due to all deans, directors, heads of the departments for their support and coordination. I would like to make a special thanks to Professor Chaminda Karunasena, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, to his continuous guidance, motivation, and encouragement throughout the planning and execution of the event. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee, Professor Sudhira De Silva, Chairperson, Web Editor, Dr. Tilna Veerasinghe, Professor Tushara Chaminda, Chair, Inaugural Session, Editor-in-Chief, Dr. Terence Rengrasu, and Treasurer, Professor Vasala Bandara, and all the internal organizing committee team, all the academic staff members from all the departments, for their invaluable and continuous support in planning, coordinating, and overseeing every aspect of this program. Their tireless efforts, dedication, and expertise were central to the success of this event. A special note of appreciation goes to the former chairperson, Professor Benaka Fernando, Faculty of Agriculture, and her committee, whose guidance in the initial stages laid a strong foundation for this year's event. We sincerely acknowledge the acting registrar and acting bursar, University of Ruhuna, and deputy registrar, assistant bursar, and all administrative staff, non-academic staff of Faculty of Engineering, for their support in facilitating smooth logistics and arrangements. A very special thanks must go to our students whose remarkable talents in every sphere, together with their energy, creativity, and unwavering dedication, from designing the website, preparing invitations and flyers, to create pandals, performing cultural items, comparing, and contributing in countless other ways, brought life to this event and made it both vibrant and unforgettable. We would also like to extend our sincere appreciation to the security staff and cleaning staff for their numerous. Next, I would like to give my thanks, especially our sincere special thanks go to our sponsors, International Consortium Private Limited, Central Engineering Services Private Limited, St. Anthony's Consolidated Limited, whose generous support enables us to provide the conference kit and the official dinner and the other logistic support, greatly enhancing the experience of all participants and contributing to the success of this event. Finally, we thank all award recipients, presenters, and participants, including our students representing all batches. Your presence, active participation, and engagement have made this Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Session 2026 a truly inspiring and memorable occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, with all your support, encouragement, and dedication, this event has been a resounding success. Once again, on behalf of the organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. Ladies and gentlemen, to officially mark the closure of this event, please rise for the national anthem.
Namo, 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 namo.
that, we officially conclude the inaugural ceremony of the Vice Chancellor's Awards and Academic Sessions 2026.
And we invite you all to enjoy the lunch break at the guest house, and our student representatives will be guide you there.
The presenters of technical sessions, both oral and poster sessions, please proceed to your session venue and kindly upload the PowerPoint presentation before proceeding for the lunch. And we look forward to welcoming you back at 1 p.m. for the technical sessions featuring parallel, oral and poster presentations in designated halls. The session number 1 will be held at Lecture Theatre 1. Session number 2